With reference to Cripps mission, consider the following statement, and we have to choose which are the correct ones. So the first statement is, its key objective was to secure India's cooperation and support for the British war effort. The first statement is right because the Cripps mission was set up in 1942 and Britishers, they wanted that India should cooperate with them in the war efforts because earlier the August offer of 1940 had totally failed. The second option, for the first time, the British government recognized the right of dominion for India. Yes, this statement is also right because they also agreed that they are willing to give dominion status to India if Indians they are willing to cooperate with the Britishers. The second statement is also right. Third statement, while the Congress and the Muslim League rejected the Cripps proposal, the Sikhs and the Dalits accepted it. The third statement, friends, is wrong because the Sikhs rejected the report and Dalits and the depressed class also rejected the report. Therefore, the first and second statement is correct. The third statement is wrong. Therefore, C becomes the answer for question number 1. Question number 2. Satyashodhak Samaj organized, and we have to choose among the following. First, a movement for the upliftment of tribals in Bihar. This is wrong. A temple entry movement in Gujarat. This is also wrong. An anti-caste movement in Maharashtra. The third statement is right because Satyashodhak Samaj was set up by Jyotiba Phule in Maharashtra in 1873. It was basically for helping the less privileged, or for example, you can say the women's, the Shudra section, or for the Dalits to overcome the exploitation and the oppressions that they were facing. Therefore, for question number 2, the third statement is right. It was an anti-caste movement in Maharashtra. Question number 3, which of the following statement is or true about the Indigo Revolt? And we have to choose which are the correct ones. The Indigo Revolt, it was led by Digambar Vishwas. The first statement is right. Friends, the Indigo Revolt started in Bengal in 1859 and 1860. It was led by Digambar Vishwas on the one hand and Vishnu Vishwas on the other hand. Two important persons were there who were leading the revolt. The second question, the revolt was dominant in the areas of present-day Bihar. The second statement is wrong because the revolt was basically concentrated in the areas of Bengal and not Bihar. Third statement, it was a non-violent movement. The third statement is also right because when the Britishers they carried on the atrocities on the Indians, they also formed a counter force against the planters who were attacking them. The third statement is wrong. Therefore, among the given answers, if we have to choose, only the first statement is right. So A becomes the answer. Question number 4. What are the common teachings of Ramakrishna Mission and Arya Samaj? And we have to choose the correct one. The first option is both opposed image worship. The first statement is wrong because the image worship was supported by Ramakrishna Mission and were not opposed by it. The first statement. Second, both believed in oneness of the God. Yes, the second statement is correct because both Ramakrishna Mission and, for example, the Arya Samaj, both of them they had a belief in there has to be the one God that has to be important. Third statement, they supported proselytization as evident from the Shuddhi movement to reconvert the Hindu fold. Friends, the third statement is wrong because the Shuddhi movement was supported only by the Arya Samaj and not by the Ramakrishna Mission and did not take any part in it. Therefore, only the first and the third statement is wrong and the second statement is right. Therefore, for question number 4, B becomes the answer. For question number 5, consider the following statement regarding the doctrine of left, and we have to choose what are the correct options. The first statement, the doctrine declared that if an Indian king died without a male heir, his kingdom would lapse, that is, become a part of the immediate neighboring territory. The first statement is wrong, friends. This doctrine of lapse was basically focused and implemented well by Lord Dalhousie, who was the Governor General from 1848 to 1856. First, the statement is wrong because it did not become a part of the neighboring territory, but an attempt was made to accumulate that particular king's territory within the British Empire. And it was because of this that various states, for example, Satara, Jaipur, Sambalpur, Baghat, Udaipur, and Jhansi, these states were annexed. First statement. Second statement, it was the final wave of annexation occurred under Lord Minto, who was the Governor General of it from 1848 to 56. As told earlier, from 1848 to 56, it was not Lord Minto, but it was Lord Dalhousie who became the Governor General. Therefore, both the statements are wrong. Therefore, D becomes the answer, neither 1 nor 2. Question number 6, friends. Make the list with list 1 and 2, and we have to choose the correct options. The land First is land allotted to big feudal lords. It was referred to as Jagirdar. When Jagir's land means Jagir, it was given to the big landlord. It was referred to as Jagirdar system. Second, the land allotted to revenue farmers or rent collectors. It is basically refers to as zamindari system. For example, when the zamindari system was implemented, the zamindars, they were made the owners of the land, and it was their responsibility to collect the land revenue. So therefore, D for second. Third, land allotted to each peasant with the right to sublet, mortgage, transfer, gift or sell. It is referred to as the Raitwari system, because every individual villager, every individual farmer was known as, for example, Raat, and the settlement was made between the Britishers on the one hand and the farmers on the other hand. Therefore, Raitwari system. Third, the revenue settlement made at the village level. This, friends, is referred to as Mahalwadi system, because Mahal, in, for example, in certain parts of northern India, for example, UP and these areas, it is referred to as a village. Therefore, when the land revenue was assessed for the village as a whole, it was referred to as the Mahalwadi system. So therefore, according to the options, A, B, B, C is the option. The B becomes the answer for the question number 6. Question number 7, friends. Consider the following statement and we have to choose which are the correct one. The first question, Alvards were devotees of Shiv, whereas Nayanars were devotees of the Vishnu. This Alvards and Nayanars basically emerged in southern part of the country, and therefore the followers of the devotees of Vishnu, they were referred to as Alvards and not Nayanars. Vishnu, the Alvards, they were the devotees of the Vishnu, and whereas the Nayanars, they were devotees of the Shiv. The first statement has been given oppositely, so therefore it becomes wrong. Second statement, Nalira Divya Prabandham, an anthology of compilation of Alvards, is called as Tamil Vedas. Yes, this is one of the most important texts of Tamil and has been given regarded the same position as of the Vedas. Therefore, only second statement is correct. The first statement is wrong for the question number 7. B becomes the answer. Next, for the question number 8. In 1901, a famine commission under the presidency of Sir Arthur MacDonald was appointed. Which of the following were the commission's recommendations? The commission that was set up, for example, in 1901, MacDonald Commission, was formed, appointed by Lord Curzon, and we have to choose which are the correct options. First, better transport facility. It is correct. It was recommended by MacDonald. Second, opening up of the agricultural banks. Yes, he also supported the opening up of the agricultural bank. Third, appointment of the famine commissioner in affected areas. Yes, he also recommended that a famine commissioner should be appointed. Friends, this phase of various famines and various the commissions that were appointed by various governor generals. Friends, this is very important topic, and there are chances that it can come which were the governor general and who appointed the commission. Friends, do it very comprehensively. For question number 8, all the 3 statements are correct. Therefore, D becomes the answer. For question number 9, it was in these years that the Muslim League began to make a mark in Punjab and Sindh province, where it had previously had scarcely any presence. The period was, the option is non-cooperation movement. It is wrong. Second, civil disobedience movement, also wrong. Third, quit India movement, it is correct. Because it was during the quit India movement that League started mobilizing the people, basically focusing upon in 1942 in Punjab and the Sindh region, because from here on they were to give the slogan that we wanted a separate nation for itself. Therefore, they focused upon, on the one hand, eastern side of India, and on the other hand, the western side of India. Therefore, for question number 9, C becomes the answer. Quit India, the movement that was started in 1942. Last question for the day, friends. Question number 10 is a very simple question. Who of the following attended all the 3 roundtable conferences? The first is Maulana Abdul Kalam Zada. It is not there. Jawaharlal Nehru also not there. Bhimrao Ambedkar, yes. The third is the answer. It was Bhimrao Ambedkar who attended all the 3 roundtable conferences that were going on. From the side of Congress, Gandhi attended the second roundtable conference, and first and third was boycotted by the Congress.